Hello out there, Katrina Carroll Lewis here, and I am excited to bring you today's installment of our Hope from Home series, and to thank you for your continued support of our Richmond artists. Today's monologue comes from playwright Lily Mercer, who is new to our Richmond community. Her most recent RVA credit was a reading at Firehouse Theater, and she has had productions of her plays in New York at Gallery Players, in Texas at Mildred's Umbrella, and in California at Hudson Theater. Today's monologue is performed by the amazing Bianca Bryan, whose most recent local credits include Urinetown the Musical at Theater Lab and The Art Scene, which airs on PBS. Today's monologue follows the story of a woman who was working as a mortician during the COVID-19 crisis, and she's trying to get through the best way she knows how, by singing. If you are enjoying the Hope from Home series, please consider following the link to donate to support Virginia Rep, returning to live theater as soon as conditions allow. Please enjoy the monologue.
Well, no little girl on the planet grows up thinking, I want to be a mortician. It just doesn't happen. It's not what happened to me. I wanted to be a singer. From the moment I played Cinderella in the grade school musical, it was all I thought about. From then on, I went to auditions, went to private classes. I did all the things you're supposed to do if you want to be a singer, especially if you want to sing on Broadway, which is what I wanted to do. But sometimes life takes a turn, you know? Out of the blue. Kind of like with this virus. When I was in high school, I started to feel sick. It took a while to figure out what was wrong, but ultimately I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis. So I knew I had to make a change. And that meant I had to move home and get a real job, one that didn't stress me out. But I had no idea what that real job would be. Then one day I went with my mom to somebody's funeral, and I literally froze. Not because I was horrified, but on the contrary, I was mesmerized. It was like I was at my first Broadway show, and I started thinking, that's theater. That's just like the theater. It's all about the staging and the lights and the hair and the makeup and right down to where you put the flowers. Theater. So the very next day, I applied to mortician school, and believe it or not, I liked it. It made me feel strong for the first time in a long time. And I loved the art of it. Doing the restoration, rebuilding parts that were lost. I know that sounds creepy to some people, but to me, it was creative. It felt like I was making art. To be honest, the hardest part is working with the families, and that's like improvisation because you never know what's going to happen. Everybody handles death so differently. Being with people, helping people when their hearts are breaking, it feels almost spiritual. And singing can be like that too. But what am I doing now during this? It's not the same. They don't even call me a mortician anymore. I'm a removal technician. I remove dozens, plural, dozens of bodies every day from St. Louis to Chicago and take them to a temporary facility. I drive what we call a mobile mortuary, which, if you want to know the truth, is like a huge refrigerated truck. And I do this day after day, week after week, hopefully not month after month, but we really don't know. And I barely get a day off. I thought I was going to have this Sunday off to go to church, eat real food, walk my dog, but then they called me to come into work. Because there are just that many people dying. My parents want me to quit. I know it's because they're worried I'll get sick, but I can't leave my job, not when they need me the most. And I'm being as safe as I can be. I wear gloves, an apron, a mask that my mother made me. I'm not considered essential, so we don't get medical masks. Whatever. I even put a mask on the bodies when I work on them, just in case some air gets out of their lungs. But I don't think about that. I can't think about that. I'm doing my job. My singing, well, I'm still doing that too, all the time. When I'm driving the truck, I think about the people in the back and I try to imagine what music they might like. Barry Manilow, the Beatles, Glenn Miller, maybe even show tunes. And that's what I sing for them. Because singing takes me to a different place, a better place. And maybe it's taking them to a better place too. It's not Broadway, but in some ways it's better.